Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Ophiuchus, let's jump on in, shall we? Ophiuchus, here we go. How does the storyline begin? We have the fates. Okay, so although our character may not be aware of it, divine timing is at time is at play. Divine timing is at time. Well, this is though. It is time for something to unravel so that something else. Ooh, I feel like somebody is like starting to just relax a little bit, like maybe sometimes we get really tense. We get really kind of caught up in things. We feel like we can't let our hair down or we can't laugh more. We can't be more casual. This is somebody who's like really relaxing their energy. We can see their, the spiral energy that like allows us to stretch out. I'm picturing somebody who has like a slinky or somebody who's making like spiralized, like zoodles, with zucchini or something. I'm also picturing like streamers, but that could be something that someone keeps seeing, like things that are kind of like boingy and kind of unfurling all of a sudden. And that could be a symbol for Pisces that, oh, I'm relaxing, my energy is unwinding. He seems very uptight, to be completely honest. This King of Wands is Pisces. I want to say that this person, by the way, those velvet curtains are very similar to what I have on my backdrop. But it's like he's been playing a role. He's on a stage. Is somebody getting quite turned on by Pisces who has been a little too intense and wound up? Like this could be a deceptively passionate individual, very sensual, great kisser, but they may seem very stuffy and uptight. And I'm wondering if they're coming out of their stuffy energy. And it might be because Pisces is pretty hot and tempting. Um, we've got the Five of Pentacles. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I will just say it this way. I do not think that if this person has had like a passionate energy toward Pisces, I do not think that they've made this clear to Pisces. Maybe they haven't yet. You notice how they're standing here on a stage, and they're standing here. A King of Wands would never normally be this uptight. They're the most passionate. They're the most heart-centered. But he's like, he's standing here prim and proper, reading his book. I am very much reminded of like Julian Sands and Helena Bonham Carter in Room with a View. This very much has that vibe. I guess this would be more like reminds me of Sissel in that storyline. But in any case, somebody's much more passionate than maybe either Pisces would expect. They're thinking about Pisces in much more passionate ways, but I don't think that they're showing anything. I think they seem to be quite controlled, even repressed. There could be just because I'm mentioning the storyline from Room with a View, which was book first and then film, is British. So I don't know if someone hails from England, London, somewhere in the UK. We have a Five of Wands. We keep seeing cards of change, and we have this passion, this fire in the belly, this fire in the mind. I feel like somebody is fighting with, well, himself. He is fighting with himself because I kind of think that Pisces is driving him wild. Pisces makes him feel like, God, I'd like to have something with this Pisces. I'd like to actually confess something. I would like to actually show Pisces really how I feel. Why has he been repressing this? Especially when I feel like he's like, I'm here and I'm just burning doing a neutron dance. Don't ask me why that song's in my mind, but we've got the Emperor and is in the reverse. Emperor in the reverse. I said, why is he repressing things? And it almost seems like either, I don't know, maybe this person has been, rejecting either who they are, or if this is like a situation where it could be in the workplace, it's like, I cannot afford to lose this job. And if I start making googly eyes at Pisces, that's going to be a problem. Or maybe this is somebody, I don't know, is Pisces married to some tyrannical person? And they're like, look, I may be in love with Pisces. I may be going nuts about Pisces because I'm here and now I wish that I had Jesse's Girl by, what is that, Rick Springfield? Sorry, I'm an 80s baby. 80s songs come to mind a lot, but I listen to all genres of music. So there's lots of stuff that pops into my head. Yeah. Okay. So we have the Devil. So this is somebody who is passionate about Pisces like they've got a lot of fantasies about Pisces. This is someone who has seen Pisces with who they deem as the wrong person, somebody they don't like. Pisces may have been dealing with an Aries. They may have been married. Sometimes emperors are the people that we're married to, or it's definitely somebody who they they feel a little dirty for wanting Pisces, but at the same time, it's like, but why should Pisces be stuck with somebody that I don't like? I definitely feel like this is someone who feels like they're not supposed to be attracted to Pisces, yet here they are. Here they are. This is someone who's like jealous of Pisces, being able to be with somebody else, or rather somebody else being with Pisces. They may also be aware that if they made a move on Pisces, this cat would not be happy about it. But they're still flirting with the idea of it because it's like, oh, they're getting unwound. There's some song by Rory Gallagher about a ball of string. It's like you unwind me like a cat playing with a ball of string. 7 of Wands is upright. God, this is like they're bird-brained over this. They know that they shouldn't. They know they shouldn't feel this way about Pisces. They know they don't have a right to come toward Pisces, or that Pisces is somehow off limits, but they're all scattered about this. They know there's an obstacle, and they're thinking about how they can just clumsily climb over the obstacle. I feel like this person is going to be, at some point, this King of Wands is just going to go ahead and tell Pisces how they feel. Page of Swords. Pisces is like waiting to hear it. You notice it's like, are they ever going to say it? Hang on. Let's take a look at Pisces. Pisces, where are you at in all this? Because if they're all kinds of hot and bothered over Pisces, but Pisces is hoping to hear them say something, I don't get where's this blockage with the Emperor. We have an 8 of Coins. Oh, so is this a workplace romance then? And a 6 of Swords upright. It's almost like, okay, that could be a tyrannical boss who's like watching all the time, like, ooh, there better not be any, monkey business going on here. There better not be. Does this person like slip away and try to like does the King of Wands, have they started to be a little flirty or something? Because they're certainly tempted to walk by and like whisper a little something in Pisces' ear. This could be a workplace scenario. I don't know if Pisces works like in a post office or in and like as a secretary or an office building of some kind, but it definitely gives that vibe. This could also be somebody who is a student or something. This could be somebody, I'm almost thinking about an individual who like works in like student counseling, or they are a student, but they could, I don't know, there's but like a student who's working or something. But it does seem like this is so crazy, but is there a boss who has a crush on Pisces, and there's also somebody else who has a crush on Pisces? It feels a little more like that than it does that Pisces is like married to somebody else, and then this King of Wands is like, I shouldn't be attracted to you, but I really can't help myself. This is starting to feel like Pisces would encourage this a little bit. Pisces would like to know if this character is going to be making some moves in their direction. Do they like me? Are they going to make some moves in my direction at last? Because with that 6 of Swords, it's like Pisces is trying to figure out, do I just forget all about them? Are they never going to make a move? There is one other option in this, and it could be that Pisces is wondering, will the King of Wands ever get out of their own stuffy way and try to either win me back? I know this could be a scenario where if they were an emperor in the reverse before, they were very egotistical and they already botched things with Pisces, yet they really still want Pisces. And Pisces is like, well, you ever going to get out of your own way and come back in a little warmer, a little different, not act like you own me, but instead show me that you love me? Are you going to do that, or do I need to leave you in the past? It does have this energy of Pisces waiting to see. Are you really going to put some effort in? You can do it, put your back into it. I will. This just feels like Pisces can leave this person in the past, but they're giving a certain amount of time here. It's like, you could still reach out to me. You could still salvage this with me. You could still come toward me. So are you going to, or are you letting me go? Are you going to get out of your way? Do you want me enough to make some changes and come toward me? Or, if this is about a workplace scenario, though, I could say it this way. Pisces might be wondering, like, is this character going to, I'm not saying that they would have to like, oh, are you willing to quit your job to date me? If the boss won't let us date. I don't think it's anything that extreme, but there is this energy of, if you're going to have a 6 of Wands with me, then you'd have to step up and be with me. Otherwise, I can go have a 6 of Wands someplace else. But I still think that Pisces is, I don't think that they're brokenhearted and pining over this person. I think that they're almost like wondering what the King of Wands is going to do. And it's kind of like, I'll be fine either way, but I am pausing just a little bit so that they could approach me if they wanted to. If they wanted to have a win with me, I might be down for that. This says they are still struggling between the passion and fire in their belly and then that passion and fire in their mind. And they're like, I don't know what their taboo is really. I still don't quite understand what the Emperor is there. Can we look at that just one last time? What's the big blockage? Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands. Ooh. So it's not about a boss. It's about them. So they were an Emperor in the reverse. This was them. They were the problem because once upon a time, they were very egotistical. And I almost think that this has this person been driven nuts by Pisces? Are they like all kinds of passionate, hot and bothered, and they want Pisces and they want Pisces and they want Pisces. And they're like, I don't know what to do to get Pisces because Pisces won't deal with me if I'm an Emperor in the reverse and I swagger around and people are supposed to fall at my feet and Pisces won't. So I know that I can't act like Emperor in the reverse, Knight of Wands, somebody who's flirtatious but doesn't offer anything. Pisces literally won't let me in if I act like that. But at the same time, Pisces knows that I'm all kinds of hot and bothered, and it's about time that I grow up and I offer something substantial. Have I got myself in order? Can I reapproach Pisces? I mean, I'm still crazy passionate. Look, this person is, it's so weird because they're like trying to temper themselves, but I also think they were trying to act like it's fine. I don't think it was easy for them to be, because this looks like Pisces walked away from them because they were either too demanding or they had too many expectations that Pisces was going to fall at their feet. And that was just like, yeah, no thanks, not stoking your ego. And I think Pisces did not. Pisces exited stage left. This person has been left passionate about Pisces ever since, possibly even more so because Pisces is basically really hard to get. That's the bottom line. Pisces is hard to get, and they know that there's this obstacle. They also, it might burn them up because they know Pisces is kind of like, if they want to change and approach me right, we could definitely be on a whole different vibe. But if they're somebody who doesn't have anything real to offer, I'm literally not going to give them the time of day. And they are torn between, can I basically give up the single life completely in order to get a shot with Pisces, a real shot this time? Because Pisces won't tolerate any lack of commitment on my part. They know this. Yeah, Pisces is an Empress. You treat this Pisces really, really good. Pisces is the only one in their life, or Pisces isn't in their life at all. There is no gray territory here. Pisces is not playing. They know this. You know what? I think that they are crazy passionate, crazy desiring Pisces, but also there is a respect factor here. Like they do respect Pisces, even though they're still struggling with, I know I would have to leave all of my philandering ways. I have to be all in or I'm all out. There is no gray area with this Pisces. And Pisces will be fine without me. But it is time for me to grow up. It is, something is unraveling there. If they used to think that they were so suave and they barely had to lift a finger, I wonder if this person's really attractive and they're just so used to getting people to chase them. And that did not happen with Pisces at all. So it's so interesting because the only taboo here, it wasn't even a taboo. It wasn't like it was work related after all. It wasn't that they couldn't come near Pisces. It's that Pisces was like, I'm not interested, not impressed unless you got something significant to offer me. And that has both made them kind of grow up a little bit, but it's also made them more aware of how passionate they actually are about Pisces. It is kind of like the hard to get aspect is, it's not a game, but it's like, okay, I have to make myself better in order to be with somebody like Pisces. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here, but it looks like they are thinking that it's time that they grow up and make some changes so that they can possibly step into Pisces world, because they know there's only one way they're going to be admitted into the Pisces club, right? You know, it's treat Pisces like an empress, or there's no access. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, guys. Great to see you.